How you doing? Uh, we got a nice sunny day here in New England so far. A little cool, but it'll warm up. Uh, so that's new. Let me say something about the topic today. I thought, a lot of times I'm up late at night and my wife comes in, the hall's it's time for bed. And I've been doing stuff with watches, and I was trying to figure out what is so much fun about it. Why is it we'll spend hours, looking at different things about watches or thinking about them or playing with them or something like that. So I thought that would be a good topic today. Hello, Monsieur de Chanel. How you doing? Oh, sound and video are okay. Great. Thank you very much. I won't have to drive everybody crazy. How's everything working? Thank you very much. Hi, Yoko, Brian. Good morning. How are you? Ah, hey, Tim. Well, anyway, trying to think what are some of the fun things we do. Um, well, we talk about them. I mean, they're a topic of discussion of like what's worth having, what do you like, what don't you like, what are your favorite, what aren't your favorite, what you'd wish they would do. Hi, Dom. How are you? Michael, good morning. I know that some of the guys it's afternoon, and in Asia, it's night. So, but here it's morning. So I'll just have good morning. Deep dive. Yeah. Yeah. That's always fun. I got up this morning. I I found a watch, and there's certain things about a watch that all watches I like, and this was what was fun. So I found a watch. Now these are the things. This is sort of my ideal watch. The ideal watch has um, it's hand wound, mechanical all the way through, no silicone in it. Um, It runs at 2.5 hertz, 18,000 semi oscillations per hour. See, hand wound. It's a dual barrel and parallel, or some other kind of uh, thing that will make it constant force, some other kind of constant force element in it. So I found one, and this is what I woke up to this morning. Okay, so yesterday I found one that was very affordable to everybody. I put in a low ball on it, and I woke up this morning and it was accepted. So I'm hoping that early next week I will have my new perfect watch. It was mechanical. The only thing about it, it's was just a little smaller than I like. But otherwise, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll talk about it on. I'll talk about it more on Monday. Hi, John. Hi, Mr. Valjew. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, yeah. All you mothers out there, Happy Mother's Day. Hey, Rancher, a constant force starring Chuck Norris. Yeah. Hey, Rancher. Uh, That's yeah. I got to tell you about this. Yeah, mom. Let's see, Mom's Day. What am I doing for Mother's Day? I've got the answer for that. I we decided to wait until after Mother's Day to go out to dinner or something because it just things are just too crowded then. So that will be something that will be like, don't forget to remember a week ago when there was no Mother's Day. Hi Nate Doug. Time capsule watches of Florida. Hey Lazard, how you doing? Okay. One of the fun things, yeah, that like I said, when I got up this morning, it was accepted, and so anyway, I'm going to get my watch, and the I wish there's some other watches I want to get too, but that's another story. There's always more watches. Um, so what's fun? Let's see. What do you guys say? What are some fun things you guys do? I can go on and on and on, but I want to hear what you have to say. Hey, HRM. I don't remember who made it, but some brand had an automatic movement with the rotor between the dial and the movement, giving a clear view of the bridges and gear train, but still keeping a big mass. Huh. I don't know that either. I plan on bidding on a watch today. Oh, good. Which one, Dom? Or what kind of watch? H. Moser Streamline Chrono. Yeah. That is that's a wonderful watch. That's just amazing watch. Are you going to get one of those, Michael? I can't. I mean, what they're around? What 40,000, something like that. I can't afford that. Um, well, I could. I suppose if I sold a whole lot of other watches, I could, but I don't want to do that. I don't have a whole lot of other watches at this. Well, there's a couple I want to get rid of, but not too many. That has a rotor behind the dial. Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, got it now. Hey, Travis, there are some Boucher movements like that. Might be one of the. Yeah, that could be it. Mr. Valju. I made a custom watch box that was an art project for my mom's swatches, custom work for each slot. Upper fun project. Yeah. Oh, for your moon swatches. Ah, gotcha. I thought it was for your mom. I thought it was your mom's swatches for her quilting. Sorry about that. Eco, the fun thing is looking for the most perfect watch and then finding all about it. I enjoy doing that too. Today is the day I'm looking at Coram Golden Bridge. Yeah, moving by Vincent Calabrese. Yeah, that one is. I always like looking for one that sort of has slipped through slip too. You know, there's a place that I found, and I've gotten watches there before. But every now and then I find a really good buy. It's like people who really aren't into watches that much, but they have something they want to, make a little money, so they have a watch that they're going to sell. Place called Etsy, ETSY. They sell all kinds of other junk, and it's not known for selling watches. But I got a gold Dunhill there some years ago, and man, it was a nice watch. And then I found, I think it may have also been on Etsy, that really nice shiny gator, green gator band. And man, that was nice too. Then my wife took it. I like that. It was a smaller watch, but it was supposed to be a guy's watch, but it could have gone either way. HRM, I'm buying my custom watch in the coming weeks. solid 18 karat gold case from a Eberhard, a 950 platinum rotor from Frank Mueller, a custom dial, and oh wow, hey, yeah, that sounds like something that a rancher's been doing too, and it is so smart, much smarter than what I do. I'm still working. Oh, I know something I'm working on. I had given up at some point on my Soprod A10. I just the everything that I got for it didn't seem to work right. The case wasn't right, the hands weren't right, nothing was right. The dial wasn't right. So I decided to have another go at it, and it seems to be coming together. And what I had screwed in the those little clamps that hold the movement to the dial, and and when the rotor came around, the head of the screw was um, on a dome, and so it blocked the rotor. So I had to take the screw out, and I got to find another one that'll so I can get it back in again. That's one thing I like about hand wound watches. There's nothing to mess it up. There's the micro rotors sort of crowd everything, and so you end up with some little bitty balance wheel. Um, just a regular old hand wound one, especially one with a big, nice big balance on it. Hey, Timothy, let's see. Are there currently any Larique E2 #1 watches available for resale? And what are they currently selling for? Man, I don't know. Yeah, there are some out there, Timothy. Um, I don't know what they're selling for. There are a couple, people who want to. I don't know. They decided that they have to flip. They can't help themselves. But they seem to be going for around 20-ish, somewhere in there between 15 and 20, I think. Hey, Stefan, how you doing? What is the watch you would like to like? Maybe because everyone else does, or because it's an amazing bargain, but you can't convince yourself to. What watch would I like to like? Doesn't take me much to like a watch. The problem is, it takes a lot for me to like a watch that one would fit into my collection that's not redundant, and two, I can afford. Um, I've got a lot of watches I can't afford. Um, One I really like, Cyril Nadeau, is that young French watchmaker that has the key wound watch. Those things are going for I don't know 60,000 or some crazy price like that. Um, but that's the kind of watch. There's some other ones too. Some of these new guys, trying to think their names. I'm not going to try right now. There's too many. Hey, Patek Chris. Best entry watch into Lang and Heim. Boy, it depends whether you like. Well, I think it's the one I got, Frederick the Second. Frederick the Third is nice if you want something a little more formal that with the Roman numerals on it and the fancier hands. They have that new one, the Hercules, or not Hercules, but Hedrick or something like that. That's not a bad one. It's got a DMW or DW. Wait, what is it? W. Wait. Anyway, something something WD, um, 33.1, I think. Now this was a movement that Marco Lang made. That was they were going to sell the movement, and people could go out and they'd buy. Some people did too. I didn't get off my horse or on my horse quick enough to get one, but um, that they took that movement and then they have a .2 version of it, and then they made this Herker or something starts with an H. I it would be their entry level, but it wouldn't be mine. All right. Um, the reason for it is that well, I like the movement. I like all their movement, but I like the movement, the caliber 6 better and the Frederick. And it's the same movement in Frederick 2 and Frederick 3. HRM, I love wearing watches during riding motorcycle or a bicycle. My motorbike is old, so it doesn't have the time on it. That's interesting. When I used to fly, I suppose I could have got one, but they have these. If you look at the old aviation clocks and watches, the ones that they were used back, like during World War II and Korean War, I think they have these hand wound. The watches are generally hand wound. You find Jaeger-LeCoultre and some of the other ones like that on the dashboard of aviation dashboard. This big wall of different dials and things. Nate Doug, time capsule watches. Oh, okay. I would like to do the Daytona, but it just nothing for me. It's, I I mean I'm not into chronographs at all, but I do like the one that the one I really like is the one by Fabergé. Fabergé was one of the companies that put an Agengraph movement in there. There's another one another one I really like, and that again is Fabergé, and it's their Fabergé DTZ, so their dual time zone. And the dual time zone, they got a big thing right in the middle of the watch. That's a jumping hour for. I think that's your other time zone. Really a cool watch. Of course, Agenor did the did the movement for him. Mr. Valju, during COVID, I also collaborated over custom straps with Bruno Fagliano. I have some photos with all kinds of measurements and views. Super fun project. No kidding. That sounds like a great project. Boy, that would be fun. The Daytona never lets you down. It's better on risks than in photos. Okay. It's a very popular one. It's got a really interesting history to it. Good morning, neighbor. How you doing? Hi, Dino. Stefan. Okay, you guys. I know a lot of people. The only fun thing is a Rolex. If we're not talking about Rolexes, it's no fun. Well, it's the other. So it's the opposite. There's Rolex has wonderful marketing. It really does. If I were an investor in terms of a company that I wanted to make money from, it would be Rolex. The one that I would like to invest in because I like excellent watches would be H. Moser. It's a difference. For those of you who don't know, Fagliano is a family that makes reverso straps for JLC. That's who they are. Well, that sounds even more fun. Okay. Okay, we're getting off track here. Let's talk more about fun stuff. Mr. Valju, you were right on track. That was fun making straps. What are some other fun things you do? Still hope to find a good deal on a Claude Malin Tour 2 someday. Such a beautiful watch. Claude Malin, is he related to the Malin family of H. Moser? Silicone hairsprings are fun. I think as much fun as silicone hairsprings, Rancher. What do you do with them? Go twink, twink until they break. I don't think you're talking about hairsprings there when you're thinking silicone, Rancher. You're thinking about something else. Not a twink, huh? You sure about that? Hey, yeah. By the way, Rancher, I hope that the tornadoes went right through Oklahoma City, didn't they? There's been like day after day after day. There's been all these tornadoes out in that area. God, it'd be no watch shops were hit by them, were they? I'm not sure if they're related. Malin has some interesting movements. They made a micro rotor for from a single automatic ETA movement. Yeah, I know. I've seen his watches a lot on the Grand Prix. By the way, Grand Prix is the nominations. They're sort of working those up, not nominations, but the competing watches. They're trying to get those things worked up now, and I'm waiting to hear from them on that. They made a micro rotor from a ETA. Okay, you know, I again, you have a micro rotor. I suppose the same thing with the double barrels. If you got double barrels, which I do like, in parallel, that would take up room for a larger balance wheel, which I also like. You have to. I mean, all of these contradictions that go into liking a mechanical watch or even thinking about a mechanical watch. Hi, Madville. How you doing? What is your opinion of higher frequency movement? Well, you take a higher frequency movement by Defy Labs. Zenith likes to put those out. What 36,000 semi oscillations per hour, 5 hertz, right? If you look at what a quartz is, 32,000 hertz, and so as far as the high hertz is concerned, I don't know. I think you can get better accuracy with it, but I think you can get the equal amount of accuracy with really good horology and adjustment at the lower hertz. And you also you extend the the reserve time. So I think having higher hertz is sort of like what are you chasing with higher hertz? And if you're dealing with mechanical watches, well, you're not going to get a mechanical watch up to 32,000 hertz. Well, maybe you can, but it would be, just like so. So I like the lower hertz. I like the 1.5, 2.5 hertz. 2.5 hertz, I think, is my favorite. Now they have 1 hertz watches, one that Gronfeld makes. Yeah, that's interesting too. One of the other things about lower frequency hertz. This is what Aki Riva told me. What's his name? Rex Heppy. Rex Heppy was telling me. I was asking him when he was first getting started. No, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. I said, why do you like the lower hertz? And he said, so people can see my work better. And I thought, well, that's a pretty good reason. But if you look at Rex Heppy, you look at H. Moser, you look at a lot of these guys, all of them are under 4 hertz. And so why is it? Why is it that the top watchmakers have all of these lower hertz? They must know something I don't know. In fact, they know a lot I don't know. And so I listen to them as opposed to some flack telling me that, something else. Rolex AD got hit by a tornado. Daytonas were falling to earth everywhere. Finding hidden gems and long-standing brands, past collections. Yeah, that I like to do too. Those are fun things. That is always fun. Like, there's one I haven't seen in a while, and that's the Vestron Content 10 Thunderbird. Most people have never heard of it, but that's sort of a cool one from, I think, probably from the 90s would be my guess. Hey, Aldo, glad you made it. Chopard has the 8 hertz movement, which still has 60-hour power reserve. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just not impressed by that. I'm impressed by somebody who can have a really accurate watch at 2.5 hertz. Now that's impressive because you have to have things really done. You have to have things put together better. Your gear teeth, all of your elements that go to make up your watch movement, not just okay, we'll put in a faster hertz in it. Anybody can do that, even me. Probably not, but what the heck. 5 hertz only makes sense for L primary chrono. Oh, for 1/10 of a second. Michael, you're right about that. That I agree with. If you want 1/10 of a second on a chronograph, then 5 hertz makes sense. Good point. Stefan, speaking of fun, has one of your watches once put you in a funny situation, for example, by starting a surprising conversation with someone? A lot of conversations. I can't. This is funny. In one of the early watch time shows I went to, there was this guy who was looking at everybody's watch, and at the time I had on my FP Journe Chronomat Supreme. And so this guy was going around looking at people's watches and going, wow, I only have a Rolex. And I found myself in a role of, wait a minute, Rolexes are good watches. You don't have to apologize for having a Rolex. I thought, what? What am I doing? What am I saying? Rolex is sort of patted him on the head. Hey, Rolex is a nice watch. that was a conversation I had. I had a lot of conversations. I had a great conversation with Catherine Hutter. Was it Catherine Hutter? I think so. Yeah, Kathy Hutter. She's the CEO of Moritz Grossman, and I sort of I have plans for future meetings. I really like the hematic. And I said, well, hey, maybe if a bunch of guys were interested in a hematic, maybe we could, get some hematics from you and work out some kind of group thing. And mm, 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 mm. So that was, those kinds of conversations I really like. Had a nice little conversation with Vianney Halter. I showed him my video of my resonance that I'd made with the help of Dominic. My little resonance thing where the old things were going into they entered resonance together, and I showed him a video that I had of it. Now he had just come out or just announced his resonance watch. I said, "Yeah, I did it. What do you think of this?" He said, "Yeah." I was looking at his. He had a resonance. Somehow he had them on stacked resonance, and mine was based on what F.P. Jorn had done. But that was sort of cool. It's time to go. Well, guys, let's see. Hang on a second. Let me see what Rancher's last thing. Did I tell you about the vintage GP I just got? Really good accuracy with a 42-hour power reserve at 2.5 hertz. Oh, man, I didn't know that was 2.5 hertz. I know it was really a nice watch, so. Anyway, Christine Hutter. That's right, Elko. Yeah, I said Kathleen. Yeah, you're right. Christine Hutter. Really cool person, too. I really like her. Is that an Invicta in your pocket? Are you happy? What, William, what are you misquoting Mae West for? Hey, Caesar. Okay. Creeder made the 8L88 movement, which has a 12 hertz. What? Hey, Madville, I'm glad you like your high hertz, but I mean, you got a quartz watch. I get my $5 quartz out and show you about fast hertz. Anyway, got the call. For the VC 222. Great watch. Great watch. Yeah, I got to run. See you this afternoon, guys. Listen, I'll be asking Rancher about some topic ideas. So anyway, hope to see you this afternoon at 4:00 New York time. In the meantime, stay safe, take care, and if you're having a nice day like we are, enjoy it.